Okay, hello. How's it going? So I hope someone's watching this. Someone is watching this. Um, yeah. I just want to get some opinions out there before I'm not even able to have an opinion, if that makes sense. Because I am very physically ill and I'm getting weird. Weird. Oh, I'm always been weird. I'm getting worse in just weird ways. If that makes sense, physically speaking. Um, so yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. So this video is going to be, I guess, the part 2 of the last video I posted. Um, Instead of talking about our stalkers and masters as a single entity, I'm going to be talking them as a convergent entity, meaning they developed isolated from each other, yet they somehow formed similar groups, not necessarily similar ideologies, but similar groups that have similar actions, meaning they harass their victims, stalk their victims, hurt their victims, lie about their victims, they yada yada yada, whatever, just yeah. So let's talk about it in that context. So they're convergents. They don't have the same ideologies, meaning one can be targeting people for fun, for sadistic reasons. One could be targeting someone else for more personal reasons, like someone killed their dogs. Another one could be one of their family members, or that group had some family member that was killed in a robbery. Another group, their crop is getting stolen. Shit like that. Or to keep up with the times, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be talking about this. We're not gonna be talking about this circle, but this is government. And what I mean by this is my guys over here are watching the people who said they're going to the Area 51 raid. Which actually they kind of have to. It might be protocol for them. Because people are openly claiming to break into a military compounds or I don't know what the fuck it is, and storm it. So that's kind of a terrorist threat, conspiracy. Fuck, it's a lot of things. So I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep watch on everything. I don't think anyone's gonna be able to get close. Or they killed everybody that landed in Nevada. Yep. So if your family member went missing, or they somehow randomly said, "Oh, I'm gonna go off to Europe and never come back," well, they're more than likely dead, and the government killed them because they don't want anyone going near Area 51, which is stupid. They probably just have secret military equipment like aircraft, spy tech, stuff like that. More likely aircraft, power generation, stupid shit. I say stupid because it's all being built for war, or stupid. But again, we don't have a choice. I'm not getting into that. But again, we don't have a choice because other people want to go at war with everyone. I don't know. Anyways, back to the real topic. So they're divergent. I've already listed reasons as to why they were probably formed. Usually these things are built out of necessity, but I don't see a necessity in any of this. I just think it's more fear, panic, confusion, misinformation, sadism, sadistic reasons, stuff like that. Now I'm going to try to list the generalized factors of why they formed. What made it seem necessary to them. I don't know, obviously, I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'm bored, so hear me out. So, some of the things could be money, power. Yes, those things go hand in hand, but you don't necessarily need need money to have power, vice versa. So, there's that, and there's a thing I call divergent triggers, or we all, let me open up, oh, actually, yeah, I'll open up another, where's my thing at, boop, ew, I don't want to make it that color. This is going to look like what? Go away, okay, so that by divergent, I mean, we all stemmed from one trigger, a normal trigger, like, don't walk off a fucking bridge, don't challenge a saber-tooth, or a lion, or a rabid dog, whatever. Some similar trigger from way back in the day, and because of different environmental factors and influences and yada yada, that trigger then spread itself to other ones. Now this is per individual, not necessarily a group, even though they are a group of people with the same trigger mechanisms, if that makes sense. So we're not going to talk about all of them because I don't know anything about this and I don't care. We're going to be talking about no, that's okay. We're going to be talking about statistical fear. Oof. It's not gonna have any statistics or anything because I don't know anything about. Well, yeah, I don't know anything about statistics. So, yeah, by statistical fear, I mean it's people with the same potential to have this trigger. So let's say let's compare it to an open circuit. I'm running out of time. Let's compare this to an open circuit. Now let's say a personal reason happens, or more accurately, like these days, you overthink things, or you try to be important, or you try to help others. Helping others isn't that big of a deal, but once you start making it about yourself, then it becomes a deal. So once that happens, this pathway opens, and it's no longer an open circuit. It's now a closed circuit. Boom, you got statistical fear. By that I mean you think in a illogical but to yourself logical way that something will reoccur if you do not handle it, if you do not influence whatever system in whatever way, directly or indirectly. So yeah, there's that. Now this statistical fear can be, by fear I mean, I'm pretty much encompassing a lot of things, because I don't know I don't know the word for it, if there's even a term for it, but what I mean is, like, let's say, I'm going to give you two extremes. One of them is necessary, in my opinion. No, not necessary. One of them is understandable, only understandable, and the other one's completely stupid. I shouldn't have to tell you which one is. So the first one is, let's say there's a feminist, there's some random male who goes to open the door for her, and she starts freaking out, talking about how men are pigs, bigots, sexist, and whatever, all because he opened the door. So she was statistically triggered, she was triggered to have statistical fear. Again, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm bored. By this I mean somewhere in her brain it started firing. I don't know how to draw a brain. Yeah, whatever. So in her brain it started firing neuron synapses in the same way that someone else's brain would fire way back in the day if they were in a life or death situation. Basically, what I mean is, I guess they're having a fight response, as if a person would back then. They think logically to pick up a stick, a rock. In her case, she is calling you Hitler or saying that you are a piece of shit. Yeah. Okay. This is what I mean by divergent triggers, because it went from that and then it separated itself. As society got easier, our mind, it's a very important skill. Our flight or fight response is hardwired into us. So it's got to have a place somewhere, you know? So there's that, and then there's this other scenario. Let's say a person was stabbed. Person was stabbed by some random dude. And he put together some watch force that just patrolled the streets, then it turned to watching everybody, then it spread into their community, it spread throughout their community, then throughout the city, and so forth. Yeah, that's a literal, I think, a combination of your flight and fight responses. Yeah, that's what I mean by statistical fear or divergent triggers. It started off from one main thing, and then it turns into other things that could possibly give people motives to start groups, to start stalking and harassing people. Some are literally stupid, and some are understandable. But again, it's not necessary. Most of the it's just unnecessary. Not only is it unnecessary, it's dangerous. It's very dangerous. So yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. Oh well. I got another minute, so let's see. Yeah, I really can't think of anything else. Besides, we're screwed. We're screwed. Everyone nowadays generally has the same fear patterns, flight or fight pattern, fight or flight patterns. Again, I don't know what I'm talking about, and you know, it's easy for people to group together and think the same way. That's how nations are born. That's how anything is born, really, human-wise. So yeah, there's that. Okay, bye. Oh, and why can't I write? If I don't make another video, then